All right, no time to explain, gang. Welcome back. King Zeph here, back with another video for you guys. Happy Monday. Happy start of the week. I'm not a Monday person. I despise Mondays. I would prefer it to be Friday all the time, like probably most of you guys, or at least Tuesday. I feel like if I could just pick a day out the week to not do anything and not work, it would be Monday. But regardless, we're not even going to go into all that nitty-gritty detail. Today, as promised, we're going to be doing a case opening of the 2025 Mega Pack bundle. So I didn't get a chance to get 3 of these earlier to open these on side with the 10s because I wanted to do 3 of these and 3 of the actual physical 10s. I just couldn't get my hands on these in time, so we're just going to open them now in the case. Fun fact, because I purchased these from Europe, technically, they didn't come in the actual long display box. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or seen other creators or have seen the displays at your local car stops or displays you find online. They actually just sent them to me in a lovely 12 booster box package. So I guess in Europe, they don't have the long displays. They just throw them into a box, no different than they do with most of the other product, and just say, hey, here's a display. Here's 12 of them. So good news. The quality of these cards are probably going to be a lot better than the English one. So we'll actually probably take a look at that. It might be a little bit darker and all that other stuff. So I think the Euro prints. And I don't know what the ratios are going to be. I think the ratios are mostly the same, but I kind of think sometimes Euro stuff is a little bit nicer on the pulls than American. So we're going to find that out very, very soon. I'm going to try to separate, like, it's going to be kind of hard for me because there's a very finite amount of space I have on my desk. When I crack this pack open, I'm probably going to organize certain things I'm kind of looking for that I want to keep, I guess, in play sets, and then stuff that's kind of big. But we're just going to crack all these things open and see what we get. So without further ado, first things first, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you would like to stick around and like the video, please make sure that you give us a subscribe. We are on our goal to hit 800 subscribers. We're about 20 away at the moment, and then we're going to try to leap to the 900 to the 1,000. And as well as I promised in the previous video, this video is a part of a giveaway. So of course, between the first opening I did last week, which would have been Friday's video, this video, and then the video dropping this coming Friday, which is going to be another case opening, but the actual physical tins and not the booster boxes. If we can get 100 likes across all 3 of those videos, I'll be giving away a Mega Pack bundle as well as a 10 to 2 lucky winners. So do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and do that, and like all 3 of those videos, this one, the previous one, and the next one. And then, like I said, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell when we drop new videos. We have a lot of content on the channel between our old podcast episodes, some anime reviews, music reviews, trading card stuff, Master Duel stuff, and a little bit of gaming content. And we'll be streaming a little bit more coming very soon. With it being Halloween, I like to stream a lot of spooky stuff, so there's going to be spooky season streams and a little bit more streaming, being a little bit more consistent coming in the very near future. So without further ado, without wasting much time, because this is going to be kind of long, because I got to open these boxes and these packs, let's get these things going. So we have the 2025 Mega Pack bundle. Of course, all 3 of these. The major difference between this and, of course, the actual tin itself is that, 1, these are in a lot smaller packaging, and 2, they don't come with the dividers or the tin itself. So, but these little bundles are relatively thin. They don't take up much space. So I do really, that's the big point of that, is that they're not taking up that much space. I do like that idea, especially for storage shelf purposes. So yeah, we're just gonna get it going. First pack, first magic. 1 Starlight Rare, 1 Prismatic Secret Rare, and then a bunch of Ultras. So we got Fish Lamp, this thing, Ashen of the Eternity, Junk Lake, and also we're gonna gauge basically how well I like these things. Okay, there's our first Ultra, which is Dramatic Snake Eye Chase. They are different. So, in the American print, you get 1 Ultra followed by the Starlight Rare, followed by the remaining 2 Ultras in the Secret. It looks like they bundled these differently. So we're gonna see all of the Ultras on top of each other, which is actually a lot nicer. And there's a Starlight Rare, which is our Starlight Road. And then our Prismatic Secret Rare is our Malice Q Red Ransom. So, okay, so they did package these differently. I actually kind of like that. I actually do like that a lot. And then there's Double Strike. I didn't know the Double Strike was in here. And so it kind of, I actually like this better for opening, because now you kind of just know, you don't kind of have a Starlight Rare just sticking dead in the middle. So yeah, so for the American side, they should have packaged the tins like this. They should have rearranged the packs very similar to this. I like this way, way better. Drytron New, okay. Followed by Melodious Crescendo, followed by Rescue Hedgehog, and our Starlight Rare is Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation. This was definitely another card that I definitely need. I'm going to put this to the side. Followed by number 11 Big Eye is our Prismatic Secret Rare. So another rarity bump. They reprinted that to the dirt with the what was it? Which rarity collection was that? Was that 4? That might have been Stampede. It was either Stampede or Bonanza. One of those two. But hey, another rarity bump of that one. I don't remember if that was a prize card or not. I don't remember. I know Big Eye I don't think was a prize card, but I don't one of them. Saphira, so of course Voices Voice stuff. Let's see if we can actually get our hands on a Starlight Rare Infinite Impermanence. Future Silence. I believe this card was a secret, so this is not a rarity bump. This is a rarity. This is just a rarity reprint. Wise the Lightsworn Archfiend, followed by MRC of the Mechs, followed by Pot of Greed in Starlight Rare. There we go. Look at that. And this thing looks like really perfectly centered. I might get this graded. Definitely get that graded. And then, oh, this is the new card, Queen of the Blazing Domain. This is one of the new cards. Its effect is kind of complicated. If memory serves, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card is in your hand, you can target with the 2 cards you control, including Faceless Spell and Traps, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card. So this is summons very similar to like a Snake Eyes card. If you destroyed 1 card, return this card to the hand during the end phase of the next turn, or if it's destroyed 2, this card gains the effect instead. Any monster sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard is banished. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay, so yeah, you need to destroy 2 cards and send that away for that to actually be worthwhile. But so far, and I love how I mildly separated Starlight Rares. I'm like, Starlight Road is just sitting here chilling by itself because I think we pulled that last time. But also, Pot of Greed is, I'm definitely gonna get that graded. I'm actually gonna get the QCR one I have graded as well, because I did get the pot collection with the QCR in it, so I'm gonna get that one graded. I figured I might as well. And then I'll get that graded with it. So I don't know if I'm gonna send it to PSA or not. I might hold on to it until Tag gets Yu-Gi-Oh grading. If not, I'll probably send it to Beckett because yeah, the PSA raised their prices and I ain't dealing with that nonsense. MRC, FA Dawn Dragster, which is a rare reprint that I definitely needed because I think I only had that in rare. Goblin Bikers Grand Breakout, followed by Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon and Starlight Rare, another card I definitely needed. And then Metatronus, which is a really good staple. Yeah, this card quality and this centering and everything is way better. Way better in the Euro prints. And you know, I always remember that, but at the same time, it's just like finding Europrint is not always like, well, it's not hard to find. It's just sometimes you got to pay more for it and a bunch of other random stuff, and I'm just not in the mood for dealing with that. But you know, this was actually cheaper for me to get through Euro than getting it anywhere else. Sinful Spoilers Murray, I do need this. This is a definite a bump up for that one. So Tyrion Axtrion, followed by Firestorms over Atlantis. I love this card art because it has Fire King versus the Atlanteans. I think this is a decent card, but I don't think it really sees any play. And then Red Eye Slash Dragon is our next QCR. So some Blue Eye stuff and some Red Eye stuff. And then Ties That Bind and Prismatic Secret Rare. This is a card I definitely needed as well to rarity bump that. I think I only needed 1. I don't remember if I ran 1 or 2 in my Ghost Sarcophagus deck, which is actually kind of funny because it's staring me in the face. I could just break it out and see if I run 1 or 2, but I at least needed 1. So we'll see about that one. Jorgun's Ghoul Illusionist, followed by Ragnarika. So yeah, a lot of this. Yeah, the foil on this. Diabel, the Queen of the White Forest. Nice reprint for this. Is a rarity downgrade because this card was a secret rare, so we're not going to worry about that so much. Phantasma Summoning Beast. I did not know this was in here. So stuff for, I guess, Ubel / Sacred Beast. Ragnarika, the Evil Seed. I think this was a secret when it came out, so this is a rarity bump. And then Surfacing Big Jaws is our Starlight Rare. And then Bot Herder. I think this is a new card as well. Target 1 card your opponent controls if it is a face-up monster you own or a face-down defense monster if that monster is no longer on the field or if the monster is your... Jesus Christ, what the hell is the wording of this? I'm not even going to read this any further. I got confused just by reading it. Cryptor, Gimmick Puppet, and then Venture Shrews, and then Paralyzing Mushroom. So far, not too bad. Of course, the big hits in the Starlight Rares are Infinite Impermanence and what was it? SP Little Knight. Those were the two. Those are the 2 big ones. And then, of course, in the Prismatic Secrets, it's going to be Perulia and then the Dominus cards. Those are going to be the big hits out of that stuff. So we got Radiance, Ultimate Offering in common, Gold of Steel, Cooling Embers Melodious Concerto is our Ultra, followed by another Future Silence, which is not bad. Lithian Tatsumi Hago, and then Domain of the Monarchs is our Starlight Rare, followed by Salamangreat of Fire. This card was an Ultra in the Legendary Duelist set. It was a set that originally had Raging Phoenix in it. Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, and I also had the Ghost Rare, I believe it was Salamangreat Wolf. So it was one of the Legendary Duelist sets, which are never good, have never been good. They always give you like one good card in the set. So like one of them had Forbidden Droplets, the other one had Barone, and then that one had Raging Phoenix. Another Whis, another Emissary. I got a lot of Emissaries. Another Moray, which is nice to have, followed by Bystial Druid Worm, and there's a good one. There is a good one, another good one, Starlight Rare. A true rarity bump, because this card only came, well, no, it came in Prismatic Secret. Yeah, it came in Prismatic Secret as well in one of the Mega 10s. I don't think it was 24s, 23s. So it was a super rare, then it became a Prismatic Secret, now it's a Starlight Rare. So this is actually the highest rarity of a Bystial. Both, I think all three, well not all four, Lubellion isn't one, but Lubellion I think came in Starlight Rare when it first came out. So that one already has a Starlight Rare, that's why it's not reprinted. It never got a QCR, but none of these got a QCR either, so nice on that one. And then Heretic Phobos Kavos. This card was a super. I don't know why I got printed as a Prismatic Secret, because I don't think this is a really good card. But we're gonna keep it moving here. So far, our Starlight Rares are doing pretty good. Nothing crazy so much out of the secrets, but we have a butt ton of packs left to open up. We're just getting really started. Match Spectre Porcupine, Spearhead of the Ashen, the Dragon Undertaker, the Undertaker, Mathmech Super Factorial, hit this trap, Midlothian Akihiron, followed by a card of Safe Return, which is definitely an old card reprinted, and then followed by a White Rose Dragon. We pulled quite a few of these, and then a Mimigul's Throne for the Mimigul players, reprint out of that. Moving on to the next box, we are, what is it, 4 boxes down? Or 3? This might have been 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it was the first 3. This is number 4. This one is numero 4. Oh, almost slapped the camera with plastic pack. Fishbark Harpooner, White Sardine, Embers of the Ashen, Mimigul's Room, so good for Mimigul cards. C101 Silent Horde Dark, followed by Mimigul Slime, so a bunch of Mimigul cards, and then we got another Pot of Greed. So it's our second Pot of Greed, so a duplicate out of that, nice. And then another Mimigul Throne, so back-to-back Mimigul Thrones, and then Malice, Rigel Cross, and the other one. So let's keep it going. Nothing too crazy so far, other than double Pot of Greed. I will take that. I will definitely take that. And of course, Pot of Greed is the meme card that I despise the most. I really hate that joke. That joke is really stupid to me, but it is what it is. Made in the Millennium Moon, a Millennium card that doesn't get used. Goki Rematch. Okay. Mimigul Armor, another Mimigul card, followed by Retaliating Sea. I think we pulled one of those last time, but not a bad card. And then followed by a Ling Karibo. Not a Link Karibo, Ling Karibo. This is used generally with Malice, because it's a trap. It stops your traps. So as opposed to you reducing a monster's attack points when an opponent activates a trap, you tribute it, and then I think you banish the trap too. You negate it and banish it, so not too bad. Ancient Gear Duel, Saravis, or Savara, sorry. But yeah, so far, like I said, Sangin Sum, oh god. This would be an Ultra in here. But, Tenpai players, don't play Tenpai. Please don't be that guy. Right Lord, for of course the Skullmasters. Junk Synchron, oldie but goodie, followed by another Domain of the Monarchs as a Starlight, and then a Black Garden for the Black Rose reprint stuff out of that one, and then Sangin Firo and the other 3. Yeah, like don't be a Tenpai player. Just don't be that guy. Like just don't do it. Like don't be a bot. Please, be better. Like of all the fun little decks and cheesy little decks and all the stuff, don't be a Tenpai player. Because even though they did hit Tenpai and it's, you know, it is a little bit weaker, there's still a lot of little cheesy decks that can still use it. And then of course once you can't stop it, it's pretty much game over. You either need to have something strong enough to just overlap it, or you just need to stop it dead in its tracks. Centurion Gargoyle, another set of cards I don't like very much, but I'll deal with it. Baka, Rescue Hedgehog, followed by Legendary Fire King Ponix as our Starlight, and then Big Eye once again in Prismatic Secret. So we're beginning to see some duplicates here, which is not great. Let's see something new. Let's see some shiny stuff. We got a lot of boxes left to open and some tins open. We got a whole nother case to open too. So it'd be very atrocious if we just saw nothing. And of course, there's always going to be the short printing stuff. There's going to be stuff that's like, hey, that's in here, but it's short printed. Dramatic Snake Eye, another Drytron Mew, followed by Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever. This is new. And then we got another Queen of the Blazing Domain. So there's another one of those. But yeah, like I said, my opinion to this is, like I said, the card pool out of here is meh. There's like, probably of the 100 secret rares, only 10 of them are like, we needed reprints of those. And then the rest of them are like, meh, some in common. Red Familiar, okay, there's something new. Tactical Trainer, I did need one of you. I need 3 of those. Mirage of Nightmare, followed by Midlothian Tekula Creation King. I cannot say these names properly. Followed by Diabel's The Original Sinful Spoil. The Original Sin Keeper, not Sinful. But oh, this card isn't considered a Sinful Spoil card, is it? No, it's not. It's just a Diabel's card. So it works well with the Diabel support, but like I said, I remember that one. That was mostly used with the Chimera deck. I saw a lot of people use Diabels with the Chimera deck more than anything else. So I had to think about it. I'm like, what deck was that? Why did I see that card in? Diabel. But I guess you could use it with White Forest to a degree, because when you add the Diabel stuff in, you know, you have a benefit of having Diabel monsters, but I don't know, I doubt it. Sinful Spoil Struggle, Fish Lamp, Radiance of the Voice's Voice, Ashen of the Eternity, followed by Drytron, Metaronus, Del, this whatever that 5,000 Drytron monster is. Bystial Sorenir, this is one that didn't get a Starlight. This is the one, but this is the worst Bystial of them all. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like of all the Bystials, Sorenir is the one that no one cares about. Spellcard Monster Reborn, we did pull that previously, and then a Silvera of the White Forest. Definitely ready to bump of that. I'm definitely keeping that because I do need to get that and Ragnarika or Rafflesia, whatever her name was. There was the other one. To rarity bump that one, because that one was a Ultra, if memory serves me correctly. That one might have been a Super. Because Ragnarika was an Ultra. That one might have been a Super. That one might have been a Super. Because one was a Secret, one was an Ultra, or they were 2 Ultras and 1 Secret. But either that one was an Ultra with it, or it was a Super. But I definitely needed a rarity bump of that card anyway, so regardless. Then we got Supreme King Z-Arc. White text on gold. Sangan Pi Bident. Once again. Centurion Flames. And then Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. So this one's a new Starlight we didn't pull previous. And then this actually looks pretty. A Prismatic Secret Rare TB11. Now, I don't recall people using TB11, so, I mean, it's a nice rarity bump for a card that Malice players really weren't using like that. But, you know, maybe, I don't know how well Malice is going to stick around with the new meta, to be wholeheartedly honest. So we'll see, but I think if it does stick around with them all being like limited down to 2, it's gonna make playing the traps a little bit more mandatory. So I guess. Nature Chronicle, Blessing of the Voice's Voice, followed by Temple of the Kings, good old Odeon, and then Murcielago, which is a reprint. I definitely want a rarity bump of this. I needed. I don't remember if I pulled this last time, but if I did, I did. But that's definitely one that I will be keeping 100% on person, because that is a rarity bump that I need. All of the Azamina and the White Forest rarity bumps, I definitely will be needing those for my deck, because I will rarity bump all of those and then just do with the other ones as I see fit. But it's nice. It's nice to see the cards. It's nice to see that the cards that you actually use are viable, are actually reprinted. That's the pro of this sometimes. But a lot of times it's just like, why did they reprint that? Like, this card was already like nothing. Don't start Lotus, and then Blink Out. This card is I like this card. It was a common, but I never see it play. I might need to start using it eventually. Like, this is really good for, I think this might be good for, well, it's good for anything using Link. So you target 1 Link monster in the field, return to the extra deck, and then you can special summon one of the monsters from the graveyard that was sent from it as Link material. So depending on what it is or what they use for it, it's a good way to kind of get something gross off the board and then put something much weaker back in its place. So I did like this card. I mean, it might see some more play soon, but I don't know. They made this a Starlight? The Kaiju? Gamma Seal? I Okay, that's a little weird, but sure. And Primite Imperial Dragon. I definitely need this. I definitely need that. I'm using that in Blue Eyes. That's actually a really good, that card is actually really good to take out Draco Tail if you're playing Blue Eyes. If you're playing Draco Tail against Blue Eyes, that, you pitch that and then you negate everything on the field and then banish every dragon. Oh, that card is busted. It's a nice secret weapon against that one, so definitely needed that rarity bump. Enlightenment Dragon, I think this was a super when it came out, so rarity bump on that one. And then we got Golem of the Guard of the Treasures. I will put that for the Exodia deck. I think it only was a one of, so it's good to have on that one, because that card was a common. Goblin Bikers, Clapter Spoiler, followed by Bestial Baldrake. So we are missing Magnemite. Magnemite is the only Bestial we have not seen in Starlight yet. And then Poseidrus. That card actually bit me in the butt at Master Duel the other day. I was doing okay against Atlanteans, and then they summoned that and just ruined my day. I had a shot, and I had no idea that was the card they're going to be summoning, and then I lost. So, yeah. Simple Spoil Struggle, Earthbound Fusion, followed by Radiance of the Voiceless Voice, Ashen, another Bestial Swordnir, Mimic-War Archfiend, Centurion Phalanx, followed by Obliterate, speaking of Exodia. An old Exodia card that was used with the older Exodia format, but you do not use this in the new Exodia. It's a waste of a slot. But then we are followed by a Malice GWC06. This is actually the trap that is used in Malice, so that's actually the good one. So far, not too crazy. We still haven't seen anything wild yet, nothing too crazy. We're getting a pretty decent pool of the Starlights, though. I am giving that. There's only 50 Starlight rares, so I think at this point between the 9 packs we opened up Friday and these, we probably are around the 50%, maybe 60% of the Starlight rares pulled. So we're not done yet. We still got a bunch of packs left to open. Another Right Lord, Barrier of the Voiceless Voice, Drytron Leonis, followed by another Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Perfect. And then, Iron Thunder. This card, I don't even know if this card is still valuable, because this was a very niche counter trap. It's not bad. It destroys everything in a column, but like when it first came out, like I think people were crapping on it, and then certain decks were able to utilize it well. Might have been, I don't know. It might. I don't remember. It might have been Vanquish Soul and something else, but I can't remember exactly. But I saw it pop up a lot for certain decks for a little while, and it kind of threw me off. But yeah, not terrible. But that was a card I was like, you know, I should probably keep that in the collection just to have. Access Gold Talker, the 10,000th reprint of this, because this was in Rarity 2, and then a bunch of other stuff. So cool for that. Infinite Impermanence. There we are. Look at that. Now that's the main event. This is the hitter. Starlight Rare, Infinite Impermanence. This one's, there you go. Now we're hitting, and this is like purpley centered and everything. Not worth grading because it's a staple. And then Fiendsmith Track, which is definitely a rarity bump that I would have liked and needed on that side one. But yeah, we got one Infinite Impermanence. So the only one we're missing is SP Little Knight. I think SP Little Knight is the next one, is the next top dog in the Starlights. It'd be wild if I pulled a playset of Infinite Impermanence. That would be hilarious. I said that would be hilarious. There's that one playset of Infinite Impermanences. I think that's the short printed Starlight Rare, but I don't know. Even if I pulled a playset, I wouldn't use them. I don't like using the super high rarities very, very often. And then speaking of Exodia, there's Exodia on that one. I think we pulled that one last time, followed by Incoming Machine as our secret rare. But yeah, that's just my thing. I'm like, the only time I don't mind doing it, like, even though it's gonna like, it comes from the tins and it's probably like a lot easier to pull in comparison. I don't know, maybe if it dropped down to like $20 a piece, maybe, I don't know. Like, I have a stigma with certain like the super high rarity cards that do hold their value in using them. That's just me. Like, I would rather put it in a binder and have it look pretty and just look nice in the binder than like using it. That's just my personal opinion. Some people like to rarity bump their decks and like use max rarity and flex that way, and you know, in some cases it's just like, dude, you spent a lot of money on that. Rushia the White Forest. I think we pulled that last time. I'm gonna put it over here because that's a card I need for the rarity bump, but I'm not that guy. I'm really not that guy. Red Rose Dragon, I think we pulled that last time. Followed by Lacrima of the Crimson Tears. I'll put you over here. I think we pulled that last time as well. But yeah, like, and there's a couple cards in my deck. Like, I think the highest rarity that I'm going for now, because I'm trying to acquire all of my staples in the Platinum Secret Rare just so that they look shiny. There are a couple, like, I think in my Exodia deck, I'm using the QCR Exodia pieces, but that's mostly because they were dirt cheap and they came in the tins, and like they were super easy to pull in the tins, and I had so many of the pieces that I was just like, you know what, I'll make these QCRs. And on top of that, Exodia, that really made a little bit more sense. If it was the Starlight Rare Exodias or the ones previous to it, definitely not. But I don't know, I just have a thing against, Soul Exchange. I don't think we pulled this one. So we got Monster Reborn and Soul Exchange, followed by Mermail, Shadow Squad. Good. But that's just my thing. Like, when Magia came out, like, I wouldn't have played Dragon Master Magia when it first came out because it's a QCR and it's like an $800 QCR. I would have never played that card. I can play it now because I have two, I have the ulti. I don't have a collector's rare of Magia yet, I don't think. I know I pulled the ultimate rare, and I think I pulled two platinum secrets. I never pulled the collectors. So I would use it now because it's a platinum secret, but I just refuse to, like, if I had pulled the QCR, I would have never used it. It would have been put in a binder or graded and then never seen again. Like, to be wholeheartedly honest, Bottom Strap Hole, we did pull that last time, followed by Deception of the Sinful Spoils. I definitely need that. That is definitely rarity bump. The card's already a secret, but definitely need it. So that's just my take on it. But to each his own. Like, some people, like I said, some guys, they just like to have max rarity. If you got it and you can do it like that, more power to you. I'm pretty positive. Like I said, I know you didn't pull them all. I know you did pretty much either hustle, trade your way around them, or bought them, which is fine. But that's just, I'm sorry, it's just not me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't personally, consciously know that I have like, hey, this card is like $100 just because of its rarity, to not use like $30 version or whatever it is. That's just me. That's just me. So there are a couple exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, like, it would never happen. So I don't know. Another Red Eye Slash Dragon, where, like I said, and then a Sword Raziel. I think that's the second sword. I haven't seen Ice or X'd yet. Those are the other two Raziels. But I think that makes my second Sword Raziel, so that actually makes a playset at the moment. But like I said, tell me what you're thinking on that side, because like I said, that's just me. I couldn't do it. But if you're like that, or you like to have it on that side, great. Oh, DPE. Another random reprint out of here, but hey. And then another Surfing Jar. Oh, you know what? I get it now. I don't know why it took me this long to realize that. And I'll bring it up in a minute. I know why that there are random ultra rare reprints of Access Code Talker and a bunch of these other random cards. I get it now. You know what? I finally caught on to you, Konami. You think you're slick. Think you're slick. I know why you did it. Once we go through the last two, I'll actually explain that in case you guys haven't gotten it. Or if you knew this whole time, you can call me stupid, which I'm fine with you guys calling me stupid, because there are moments that I just don't know stuff. Tenacity of the Monarchs. I don't think we pulled this one. I know we pulled Domain, and then another Heretic Phibos. Last two bundles, so last 6 packs. We have made it and actually tried to do this in somewhat decent record time. I was expecting this video to last a little bit longer, but you know, it kind of helps when you're like not really going through the commons so much, because it's like the commons are the commons. That's probably the biggest part of the card pool, and the commons are kind of irrelevant. So, but Langrens, this. Let's see if we can pull one more like really big major hit out of here. So we got Dark End, Matter, Planet, followed by another Bottomless Trap Hole, and LZ of the White Forest. You're going over here. He's immediately going over there. I don't know if we pulled the other LZ. I think I have the pile of some of the cards I was going to keep out of the last opening up top. I have to double check some of the things, but definitely nice to have. Cooling Embers, Spearhead, Embers, followed by Blessing of the Voice's Voice, Tempai Dragon Fadra, Yuck, Rekindling of the Ashen, followed by another True Light. So actually now we'll actually probably use a True Light, and then a Requiem. Very, very nice. So that's the second True Light I pulled, so that means I will rarity bump True Light. Yeah, I'll rarity bump the True Light in my Blue Eyes deck. You can only play, it's a 1-of anyway, so that'll be a Starlight. See, like I said, it's a moment like that. So like that card's not going to be super expensive. The card's going to be relatively cheap. It's probably like a $5 card at the moment. It might be a little cheaper than that. And because it's in the tins, it's not short printed. So that World Legacy Guard Dragon Armaduke, this is a card I almost bought. So now I'm glad I have it. Razio Cross, upgraded on that one. And then Succumber to the Sinful Spoils, followed by Millennium Ankh. I don't think we pulled Ankh. Followed by Dragon's Gate. This is another new card. This card, great in Pearly. Otherwise, I don't know how good of a card it's going to be. This has a mildly complicated effect, but I think it does something where it's like depending on the materials that it has under it, determines like what effects it does and doesn't do. So that's like the caveat card. But new card. There's always like, a couple new exclusive 10 cards out of that one. So last 3 packs. Can we see a Charmy? Can we see a Charmy and possibly SP Little Knight? We'll see. We'll see. Last 3 packs. Thank you guys for watching. We're actually, like I said, I'm actually doing better for time here, fortunately. So we don't have to do a whole lot of stuff. I've gotten a lot of these Ultra reprints. It's not even funny. I'm seeing like so many duplicates. It's not even funny on the side. Baldrake. I think that's the second Baldrake. Followed by Lowell, Prayer of the Voice's Voice. So another Lowell out of that one. I should have sold my Lowells when they were like stupid expensive. I just held on to them. Because I didn't know if I was going to play Voice's Voice or not. And to be honest, I might still, but playing that deck in Master Duel, I don't like that deck very much. I really don't. So, I should have sold it when I had the chance, but whatever. It is what it is. Sardines, Sinful Spoils, Subdual. I never saw that Sinful Spoils card. I'm probably Fadra. I don't want you. But you, I do. Inishi, I definitely need you. Followed by Magician of Chaos. And I'll explain this whole thing in the last second. Followed by another Starlight Road is our QCR. So that's the second Starlight Road we pulled. Let me just move this one over here because I was, and then another Salamangreat of Fire. All right, last pack of the case. Once again, thank you guys for sticking around this long. Thank you guys for watching and paying attention. Hopefully you guys have been leaving comments along the way or having your remarks or making fun of my stupidity. Really appreciate it if you guys have and do. Can't wait to read them whenever we get to the point. Like I said, make sure you like the video for the giveaway. Goblin Bikers, Ally of Justice, followed by Goblin Biker Gaganga. And then Engraver. I'll take it. Card's not worth anything anymore because it's been reprinted to the dirt, but hey, I will take it. Actually, I think that makes, I pulled every Fiendsmith reprint so far because Lacrima was a secret, Engraver was a secret, Requiem was a secret, Sequence was an Ultra, and I don't think the other ones are in there. So, sweet. There goes it. But, back to my little thing. I'm going to show this guys real quick. Tangent before we close the video out. I didn't understand the point of this. So, the Megatins, of course, has all of these, has all the protagonists on it, and essentially their boss, their main/boss monster or their evolved version of their boss monster. I get it now. This is an Ultra. This is an Ultra. Junk Warrior is an Ultra. I haven't seen Neos yet, or I think I saw this one. And then Access Code is in here too as an Ultra. They made the protagonist boss monsters Ultras in this set. Because DPE is in here too, and Red Familiar is one. 101 Honor is in here. Clear Wing is in here, and I haven't seen this one yet. So, and I haven't seen Flame Swordsman yet. I'm surprised I haven't seen that one yet, considering the fact that it's like one of 3 Ultras in a pack. So that's what they did with these. Now, I still wish they would have made dividers out of all of these instead of just these 3 as the dividers. But now I understand why there's a random reprints. Jesus Christ, somebody with a motorcycle outside is going nuts. But I finally get now why these random cards are Ultra rares in the set. They made all their boss monsters in there Ultras. That's why they're in there. So, but decent set of cards that I'm going to be having for my personal collection in the rarity bumps. But of course, where are my Starlights? We actually got a decent number of the Starlights. So actually, let me see which ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we pulled, yeah, about 27 of the 50. So yeah, we're way over 50%. We're sitting, I probably have like 35 of the 50 of the Starlight Rares. But of course, this one right here is the most valuable, which is the Infinite Impermanent. So not a bad pull out of the cases. The cases weren't too bad. Nothing crazy out of the secret rares though. That's the downside. I think probably the most, yeah, none of these. Yeah, none of these. Probably, if anything, it might be Engraver, Fiendsmith stuff or whatever. So we'll have to see for that one. Hold on, looks like my computer screen decided to have a picnic real quick. I just want to make sure that it's still recording and doing all that other fun stuff. Wake up. Uh-oh. Did we lose him? I hope I didn't. All right, cool. Didn't lose anything. Awesome. My screen has this thing where it just goes to sleep abruptly. I need to probably tweak that in the settings. But thank you guys for watching in this case opening of the Mega Pack bundles. If you did like this video, give us a like, give us a comment, and give us a subscribe. Tell us what your thoughts and tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what your favorite pull out of here was. We will be doing part 2 to this Friday. So of course we'll be opening up the case. Actually, I can even show you guys the case for it right here. The 12 Mega 10 cases. So that's going to be coming up Friday. And see if we can pull better, see if we can have some better hits out of that one. And probably see if we can pull SP Little Knight. I think that's really the only major Starlight rare we haven't hit yet is SP Little Knight on that side. So maybe SP's in there. Or see if we pull a playset of Infinite Impermanence. But it's been fun so far. I do like the time of the 10s. Like I said, I'm still iffy on the integrity of the 10s not being super great. And of course, all the big cards that are worth anything. We still haven't seen a Dominus card yet. I've not seen one Dominus card. We did see one Melcharmia, I'll give them that. We did get the one Perulia. Ferraros is probably, I'm surprised. If they short printed Ferraros, I don't know why. Like there's really zero rhyme or reason why the card should be short printed if they did, because they reprinted that card 7 freaking times in Stampede. So like not only did it made it hard the first time, they gave us 7 printings of it in, well 6 because it was already a Starlight rare. It was already a QCR, so they gave us 6, but they reprinted it in Rarity, and then they're gonna reprint it again now. Like Perulia, I don't understand why they did it if they would have did that for Ferraros, but it's Konami. They do random things sometimes, but regardless, tell me your thoughts, your opinions on it. Tell me if you think we're gonna pull it in Friday's video, and also like for the giveaway stuff. Make sure that you do like this video, Friday's video, as well as last Friday's video. Get that one up so that way we can get some giveaway winners, and also leave comments and stuff below so that way it makes it easier to pick winners. So, King Zeph, no time to explain. Until next time. I'm out. Peace.